I'm Tara-Lee. Welcome to Class 2 of Mindful Journeys. So the first class last week was about, oh, that's my dog, Emma. You can maybe hear in the background. The first class last week was about noticing. Any mindful path begins with tuning in, dropping in, noticing sensations in the body, noticing where we are in space. These things settle the nervous system and our bodies begin to release tension. So this is a continuation of that, moving into a curiosity. And when I say curiosity, I don't mean, oh, why am I still like this? Why do I still hurt? Why can't I do this? It's less that judgy kind of mind and more about the curiosity of a child. So I think of a little kid who just wants to know, why is the sky blue, and why do birds fly up, and that sort of openness of, I wonder about that, without really expecting an explanation. And so we just open to the wisdom of our bodies. So let's begin. Bring your thumb and first finger together. I'm doing that with both hands. And then rest your fingers on your foreheads. The circles are right here at the temples. So this is a wonderful pose shape where we are impacting some very important acupressure points, all about relieving stress, relieving reactivity, relieving anything that is our stress response. Take a deep breath in, hopefully through your nose if you can, and then exhale through your mouth. As you're breathing in, allow your tongue to float up, and as you're breathing out, allow your tongue to float down. You're impacting a couple of other acupressure points by doing that. And these points, inhale nice and slowly, are about a completeness, about a wholeness to our system. And breathe out. You can soften your elbows a little bit if this is getting a little hard to hold. Breathe in and out. One more breath in and out. And slowly release your hands. Bring one hand to your upper chest and your other hand to your upper belly. So I'm just below my rib bones, So with your hands resting here, breathe in. And as you breathe out, begin to tune in, becoming aware of your feet on the floor, and maybe pressing in with your toes and releasing, just bringing a sense of awareness to your feet, to the muscles of your legs. Allow that awareness to travel up to your low belly. Notice the space between your two hands. Think about the space between your body and the nearest wall. Think about the space between your ears and your shoulders. This places our nervous system, and it's very settling and grounding to that instinctual stress response mind. Breathe in and out. Bring your fingers up, and I'm going to cover my eyes. I'm actually pressing very gently on my eyelid. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, drag your fingers across to your temples. Breathe in and out. Around your ears, and you can massage if it feels good, or you can just kind of slide your hands around to your shoulders. Kind of hold on your shoulders for just a minute. Breathe in and out. Drag your hands forward, just kind of shake your hands. Let that shake get up into your shoulders, into your belly, shake your toes, your feet. Just get a little bit of a wiggle. Shaking is always a great way to relieve tension. Cross one arm and push in, and drag your hand across, and do the same thing on the other side. I'm really trying to drag that trapezoid muscle forward. Not only is this great for helping to relieve tension in the shoulders, but it also relieves anxiety. And And then bring your fingers up to your hairline. Actually, let's do this. So 3 fingers right here, kind of making a little tripod kind of shape. Resting my fingers right on my forehead. And then drop your thumbs to your cheekbones. So you've got a couple of fingers resting on that point just above your eye. And your thumb is resting on your cheek. So here, this is a time where spring is opening all the buds and all of those trees are making everybody sneeze. So take a nice deep inhale. So bring your fingers back, and there's a point right at the back of the head, a little dent at the base of your neck. So really massage that. At the same time, hold your hand on the front of your head. The more we massage and make space, whether it's extending muscles, extending and contracting muscles, or just stretching skin or massaging, anything that we can do physically impacts our nervous system as well. Brings a little more space, a little more ease, and relieves tension. I'm going to bring both of my hands along the edge of my skull and just really massage. This is a really great place to relieve tension. So I'm on both sides of my spine. There's like large tendons right there, and I'm kind of at the edge of those tendons, fairly close to the back of my ears. Anytime that you're feeling a lot of anxiety or depression, this is a really great place to massage. And take your time. You know, this is a time for you. Mindful movement and breath is all about what's right for your body in this moment. I'm kind of stretching the sides of my neck. I'm going to do a little bit of tapping, so shake your hands out. Tapping is another great way to relieve tension. It's also great for sinus headaches, especially this point right here on the cheekbones. Take a deep breath in and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Bring your fingers right to the edges of your nostril and really massage the edge of that bone. Oh, I'm going to look really funny in the video for this. Come down to just below your collarbones, where the collarbone right here connects to the sternum. I'm really going to tap that just above your rib bones. This connects to your source energy, to the energy that flows down the front of the body all the way under the sole of the feet, the center of the sole of the feet. So this particular acupressure point is about moving forward, about relieving tension, worry, anxiety. Take a deep breath in and exhale. The center of the chest. The thymus is right behind this sternum bone, so this stimulates the thymus to produce more white blood cells to boost our immune system. It's also great to reset any tension that might be in the chest. You might notice how far down the body you actually feel these reverberations. Just interesting. Just being curious about, I wonder about that, or isn't that interesting? Without judgments, we allow our bodies, our minds, our hearts to soften and to open. Underneath your armpits, about a hand width under your armpits, and that helps to stimulate the spleen, metabolizing not only our food, but also our whole emotional experience. Around to the back, and I'm massaging all along both sides using the back of my hands, from about my middle back all the way down towards my tailbone. And anytime I think about it, if I'm doing the dishes or I'm just standing, I'll give myself a little massage. Anytime we can loosen the hips, that's going to help with our balance. It's going to help with our overall sense of fluid motion. And then relax your hands, kind of shake everything out. Let's come back and give the head one more massage. So bring your fingers and then really comb through your head. Stop and massage anywhere that feels good. The idea of a mindful path is we begin to remember our wholeness. We begin to trust the ancient body wisdom that exists within us and always has. We begin to trust what feels right, what feels healthy, and we begin to care for ourselves in a very compassionate way so that we increase compassion in the world. And then just bring your hands to your heart for just a moment and breathe in and out. Bring your hands up to your shoulders. Give your shoulders a good squeeze. And I like to say that as you are giving yourself the squeeze, as you're noticing muscles and bones, can you tune in perhaps to a sense of appreciation? As if you were giving a hug to a dear friend that you value so much. And just opening to the possibility of treating ourselves with that kind of compassion, with that kind of care. Bring your hands around to your back. Give yourself another little massage up and down your spine. Okay, and release your hands. So another way that we can help to release any congestion is to give ourselves a little deeper massage. So I'm going to start right at the point where this clavicle bone connects to the sternum, and I'm going to massage as deeply as I can possibly stand. Now I will say that this isn't terribly comfortable, so judge what you can bear. I mean, you don't want to cause any bruising. But the more that you really give yourself a deep massage, I'm going all the way into my armpit and maybe as far back as I can reach. You will feel some tenderness because there are a lot of nerves kind of in this area, but you're also impacting the lymphatic system. And the lymph system, it does its work on its own. The more that we move, the more the lymph system is triggered and releases toxins from the body. But certainly, if we're a little bit more sedentary, this can be a really great way to boost that. And just on that note, I would say that after a breath and movement practice, I would suggest drinking water, drinking tea, continuing that toxin removal in your day. Massaging now actually on the bone. There's a lot of nerves in this area because this is a huge center of neural activity. We call this our second brain, right? One brain, two brain, three brains. So again, massaging as much, as deeply as you can on this, along on this center bone. And then shake your hands out and release. So the next part of our practice is to just do a few moments of breathing. I'll begin with a guided breath, give you a few moments to breathe on your own, and then we'll move into a standing practice. So for this breath practice, we'll do what's called the box breathing. Wonderful way, especially if you're feeling very anxious or very reactive. But it's also a wonderful way to train the body to move into stillness a little more easily. So the way this breath works, maybe you've already done it, is to breathe in for about the count of 4, hold the in-breath, hold that for about a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold that emptiness for a count of 4. So that's the box shape. If this causes anxiety, don't do it. Just breathe on your own in whatever way feels good to you. But give it a try and see what you think. So find sort of a sense of comfortable sitting wherever you are. Maybe you're on the floor. You can also do this laying down. It might be a great practice at night before you go to sleep. Release the breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And then I would say for your meditation practice, if it helps to have your hands on your body in some way, if it helps to hold your arms, I usually bring one hand down to my body, one hand to my arm. This is a great way of contacting two acupressure points to balance the nervous system. So, or you can just have your hands resting either in your lap or on your legs. I would say to ground your feet. So however you're sitting or if you're laying on your back, feel your feet touching a surface. Feel the bottoms of your feet. Whether you have your eyes open or closed is entirely up to you. Whatever invites a sense of safety and invites a sense of tuning in. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I get lost in my thoughts more easily. Sometimes when I have my eyes open, I get distracted more easily. So sometimes it changes for me. Finding a breath practice that works for you is the most important thing. There's no right or wrong to this. This is just a tuning in to our center, tuning in so that we bring balance to our nervous system, so that we bring balance to our heart, so that we open our minds and our hearts to our wholeness, to our soul, to the center of who we are. And we gather our mind back into that center over and over again as it wanders off to think about whatever our minds think about. No right and wrong, that's just what our brains were intended to do. So when we notice, there you are thinking about my grocery list, and then we gently bring the brain back, then we're practicing that healing. We're finding that healing mindful moment, and that's success. So noticing every time the brain goes away, and maybe you only notice once, and that's fine. It's all practice. And we gather those moments of resilience building so that it becomes easier and easier for us to find our center. Easier and easier when we're faced with the bumps and rocks of life to come back and breathe. So settling in whatever way feels good to you. Feeling your feet on the ground. Tuning in to your low belly. The space right between your hip bones, between your front hand and your back hand, and the back of your back. Invite your awareness up to your heart center. And just noticing your breath rising and falling. Lifting your awareness up to the center of your mind, to the space right behind your eyes. And letting your awareness rest there for just a moment. Whenever the mind starts to go away, gently returning to center, returning to that tuning in. So we'll sit like this for just a few minutes. When you hear the bell again, it'll be time to release the breath. your wrists a little bit, get a little mobility in your hands. Bring the backs of your hands together and slowly roll around the base of your palms. This is really great if you have any tension in your wrists or the tendons around your wrists. Bring your hands together, and I'm just kind of massaging the base of my palms. And crossing your fingers, opening and crossing them the other way. Anything that you do to massage your hands is going to help to relieve tension in your joints. So we'll let you do that for just a minute. This next part is the standing part of the practice. So I'm going to move my chair out of the way. You don't need to have a mat in order to do this practice. You can just do it on the floor. It's wonderful to do a movement practice outside, so we'll just kind of channel the outdoors. All right, and first I'm just going to kind of slide side to side, just kind of rolling my shoulders, just getting a little bit of movement. So the practice that I use draws from Qigong, it draws from yoga, and it draws from an ancient understanding of the energy and the way energy flows through our systems. So I try to bring those wonderful, amazing practices together in a way that works for most people's bodies. I would say the important thing is to tune in. We don't want to create any new pain when we are doing this kind of a practice. So bringing your feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Soften your knees just a little and direct your tailbone downward so that you feel a length in your hips. Knees are soft, feet are grounded. Lift up through the crown of your head. So feel an elongation beyond your head up towards the sky and down from the center of your feet. Imagine the energy from your feet flowing right into the earth like a beautiful energetic root. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale your arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale down the center. Imagine as you stretch out your arms, you're feeling that rotation and spaciousness in your shoulder joints. As you exhale, imagine releasing worries, anxieties, whatever stuck energy wants to release. Deep inhale, nice and slow, and really slow the exhale. This is the power, is the exhale. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, soften. Let's do a few more. As you inhale, feel a fullness in your belly, a fullness in your ribs. Exhale, slowly softening your shoulders. Let's do a couple more. Inhale and exhale. This time we'll twist. So inhale, arms up overhead. Keep your knees nice and soft, and exhale, twist one direction as much as feels comfortable to you. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Knees are soft. Inhale back to center. Twist, maybe looking behind you. Inhale back to center. Looking as far behind you as you can. Inhale back to center. And exhale, arms down. Bring your hands back to that low point again, and now we can massage with a little more ease because we're standing. Really imagine bringing some lovely blood flow to the back of your hips. So we'll kind of focus on this middle portion of the body just to give us a little more ease of movement. This will help with balance. This will help with strength. This will help with having a little more flow in the body, relieving tension. The less tension that we have, then it helps the rest of our bodies to soften and release. Bring both hands around your body. So this hand is almost to the back. And drag your hands across. I think of furrows in the garden. So imagine that you're tilling the soil to make way for some new growth, some new wellness, some new spaciousness and ease in your life. Mindfulness brings three things together: a purposeful movement, a focused intention, and a weaving of the breath. So breathe just as deeply as you can as you're moving your fingers through your belly, either above or below your belly button. And then shake your hands off. Do the other side. Same thing. Imagine that you're just really raking through your flesh and helping to relieve any tension. We carry our emotional experience. We carry cortisol, those stress hormones, in this part of our bodies. So this can help to relieve that. We help our bodies do the healing work it knows how to do. And release. I'm going to shake things out. Interlock your fingers, making a crossing shape, and then tuck that up and under. Inhale, lift up with your spine, maybe lift your gaze a little bit. And as you exhale, soften your chin forward. Inhale, rise up, press in with your feet, strengthen your legs. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Shake your hands out. And do cross your arms in the other direction. So these crossovers are excellent to help our brain communicate a little more cohesively. Inhale, rise. Press in with your feet. Exhale, soften, relax your knees. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Bring your left hand to right at where your rib bones meet. So right at the very top of your belly. Bring your other hand on top. Squeeze your elbows in. So my knees are soft. I'm going to use a lot of strength in my upper body to build the power of my diaphragm. This is going to help me breathe better when I'm not even trying. And the better our bodies can exhale, then the more toxins we release, the more stress we release. So take an inhale, and when you inhale, hold the breath and squeeze your shoulders in, squeeze your elbows in, and push your belly against your hands. So it's a great isometric contraction going on. Hold the breath, and then slowly exhale. Inhale, hold it, squeeze in, squeeze out, push, and exhale. Last one, inhale, push, and exhale, release your arms. I would probably build up to 5 or 10 of those to really strengthen the capacity of that wonderful breathing muscle. Bring your hands to heart center, rubbing together, getting a little energy going between your palms, feeling the heat growing in your fingers and your palms. And then bring your hands to stillness. So we'll do a little bit of tuning in. Breathe in and move your hands apart with the breath. As you exhale, bring your fingers together almost to touch. So we're tuning in with awareness and a little bit of curiosity. So imagining, I wonder how much my lungs can expand. And exhale. Inhale. Imagine the three-dimensionality of the breath. The side body, the back body, the front body, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. This time on your inhale, lift one hand up, drop the other hand. My hands are very flat. This is a wonderful massage for the wrists. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, make a shh sound, and turn so that your head is looking over your low shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Maybe just allow your fingertips to touch. Notice what that feels like. Stretching in the other direction. My legs are straight. Feel that nice stretch all along your body, from your hand that's nice and flat all the way down to your foot. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, and look over your low arm. Bring your hands back to center. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, stretch up and down. Feel that full body stretch. I'm really pushing in with that foot, so I get a really nice stretch all the way up into my hand. Inhale, exhale. Back to center, last one. Inhale, feel that nice long stretch with your exhale. Press in with that same foot so you feel that strength of the stretch. Inhale, exhale, look over your low shoulder. And slowly cross your arms, give your arms another squeeze. Shake your feet out a little bit, bring your feet a little bit closer together, and let's do a forward fold. So bring your hands down to the edges of your elbow, breathe in and out. Draw your hands to your low back. So I'm going to trace down my low back as I soften my knees and come forward. I'm going to massage up and down the sides of my thighs. Not only will this relieve tension in my connective tissue, it's going to help relieve any gathered stress that I might have accumulated here. It's also going to help with my digestion. I'm going to run your fingers up and down the center of your legs as well. So for this part, we're just going to allow gravity to do some work. You can either rest your hands on your legs, you can grab opposite elbows, or you can just hang. So whatever works for your particular body, no good or bad, there's just gravity. As you inhale and exhale, notice if your body is coming forward just a little bit more. Really allow that softening in your low and mid and your upper spine. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Draw your hands to the center and then bring your hands right up overhead, tracing your midline all the way overhead. Inhale and exhale back out to the sides. Let's do that one more time. This time, crossing your arms, giving your arms another good squeeze. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your sides, to your ribs. Inhale. And as you exhale, push diagonally downward, down your inside of your legs with some pressure. And if you can, right off your big toe. And then we're going to trace 3 times that way. Inhale, tracing up. Give a little massage right under your armpits. Bend down. Inhale, you can use your intention if your hands don't quite reach. Inhale, and a little bit of a massage, and relax your hands. So let's take a little bit of a break before we do another breathing practice. So for this one, there's a point on your, so think of your 4th finger if you ran a line up. There's a point right here at the back of your arm that you might feel, most people feel a little bit of tenderness there. And then I'm going to weave this hand underneath and I'm going to massage so kind of even with the line of my underarm. And I'm going to hold those points and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So the points themselves may be a little uncomfortable. Breathe in and out. But it can really help with a reactive mind. It can help a mind that just can't settle. So this might be something to try before you go to sleep at night. Breathe in and out. And then switch your arms. I'll think about this. So that lung point is right here. So think about that as being at the top of your lungs. And then that point along the back of your arm. Holding those points, maybe massaging, might be uncomfortable, but remember a little gentle firmness helps to inspire change in our bodies, in our pain responses, in our nervous system. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. Excellent. And release your hands, kind of shake or wiggle, whatever feels good to you. We're going to do just a couple more things. So this is a wonderful way to get a little expansion in this area of the body and relieve tension, relieve stress. So the inhale is a large stretching out. My fingers are stretched just as far apart as I can. My feet are a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And the exhale, I'm bending my knees, so I'm using these big muscles of the back of my legs and bringing my elbows together. This is going to help me crunch in a little bit. So with the exhale, I really want to pull in all of the muscles around my ribs. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale. And I would make, if you can, that exhale just as big as you can. Really pull in your belly, activate all those muscles. Inhale. 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 Last one. And then slowly release your hands. Bring your hands to your low body. I have one hand resting right under my rib bones, and my other thumb is resting at my belly button. And your hands can be a little bit away from your skin if that feels more comfortable to you. So your hands in these two places are in very calming places for the nervous system. So imagining, I wonder, maybe is a good word, or maybe it's true that I can send healing energy from my own hands. Opening to that possibility invites change. Chronic patterns of tension or pain feel very solid and very permanent. But opening to a possibility of curiosity, of maybe this will happen, maybe this will help, we invite that sense of the power of our own bodies. So I think it's fascinating that you can switch hands if you'd like. That they call it the placebo effect, and what that means is when they do any drug trial, 40 to 60% of the people who take the treatment or the medication improve. And to the drug researchers, that's not a good thing, because they want the drug to be more powerful than the power of our own minds. But isn't it fascinating that with any treatment trial, around half of the people get better just because of their own intention. So we know that the power of our own intention is strong. So inviting that possibility. Maybe I'm not sure about this whole movement of energy thing that Terry talks about, but maybe. It can't hurt. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release your hands. So bring your hands to your low body. On your inhale, lift your hands, palms up, right about to your chin. And exhale, release. Inhale, this is a Qigong breath. And exhale, release. Imagine, maybe, drawing energy up from the earth all the way through your system, giving a beautiful, fresh flush of energy to your brain. Drawing up the power of the earth, that nurturing, nourishing energy, feeling the strength of spring, that pushing forward, that resilience and strength. And exhale, release. Bring one hand to your belly button, and I'm pushing in with my middle finger. Bring another middle finger to your forehead, push in and lift up. So this connects the orbit of energy that flows around the body, front to back. So just imagining a sense of wholeness. What would it be like if I felt whole, if I felt complete, if I felt perfect? I hate to use that word, but what if I felt whole and complete just as I am in this moment? What if? We do a lot of what if that's negative. Perhaps we could turn the what if into positive. What if I could bring myself to a sense of ease? Breathe in and exhale. So that's about the end of this practice for this week. Thank you for joining me. This is a really great time at the end of a practice like this to rest the body. So maybe laying down, maybe sitting quietly with some tea, maybe taking a nice warm bath, and just invite your body to continue this healing process. I'm Tara Lee. This was class 2 of our mindful journey. I look forward to seeing you next week.